Patty, we're here today again with our friend, Joellen Meyers-Sharp, the Hoosier Gardener, and we're going to talk about just a few of her favorite tips for gardeners in the spring in Indiana. And one of those is native plants.
I know. If you're out driving about these days, the redbuds are in full bloom, and they have just a very interesting flower. It just sort of pops up along the branch of the tree itself, and also the native dogwoods are blooming now also. So, I mean, they're just a way to welcome spring in our garden with native plants.
A redbud tree, you simply cannot go wrong with that.
No, you can't.
There are lots of varieties now.
There are lots of varieties because there are weeping types, you know, there are broad types, there are types with a deep, really pink, almost red flower, and some with white flowers, and yeah.
Always go for one.
Yes, it is, and look at these.
Yeah, talk to us about some of these.
So these are coral bells. The scientific name is Heuchera, which some people pronounce it Heuchera.
And these are the bells, right?
Those are the bells, and these are some of the earlier ones to bloom. These coral bells are, and the hummingbirds love these. Oh. They visit these really early in this, and this is the only country, North America is the only country that has coral bells, and there are, you know, lots of different varieties to them.
These are three lovely examples with widely varying leaf color.
Right, and as they go through the season, they change colors on the leaves too, usually.
They're pretty in the fall.
They are, yeah.
Also.
They are. And this is a tiarella, which is another native plant. It is used generally as a ground cover. This particular one is called pink skyrocket, so you can kind of see the
rocket shape.
Yeah, the flowers
it's so
coming
cute.
out.
We should point out that right now we are at Sullivan's.
Yeah, at
Garden
71st
Center.
and Keystone.
And they have tons of native plants.
I know they do. It's just a little cold out there today.
I know, but it'll warm up and you need to buy native. But you also need to keep them well watered. But we definitely don't want to be wasting water.
No, we don't. And I think here in the Midwest, we forget about what a valuable resource water is. And this is my favorite watering tool. It's it's called a watering wand. It has a shower head type on it, and it's long enough that you can get into hanging baskets, or, you know, you can get it really down on the ground close to the roots, which is where you want it to be. And
save your back at the same time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just definitely an easy way to, I think, water containers especially, or even plants in the garden, as long as you can get it down there.
And I like this.
Yeah.
As a person who works, I think a soaker hose is an excellent option for watering.
It is, yes.
And all it does is just sort of weep water.
Yeah, right. And it's nice because you can once it gets a little bit softer, when it heats up a little bit, you can wind it around plants. Mm-hmm. And then I just hold it in place with lawn staples, like a big U
so you can kind of customize where you want your water.
Yeah, right.
And it keeps your water bill very low.
It does. Yes, it does. It's definitely water saving.
We need to talk about absolutely shopping local.
Yes.
Because as we mentioned, we're at Sullivan's.
Right.
And, you know, there are a lot of great local lawn centers.
We do have, I think, a good number of locally owned garden centers, which is nice.
And so finally, if people want to know more of those great tips that you are giving out this spring, where do they find those?
They can find it at HoosierGardener.com.
You can get something called a hortuscope.
Yes. Is that what you call it? A
hortuscope.
Yeah, hortuscope.
Hortuscope.
Yeah. Which lists all the things that are sort of garden and nature related in central Indiana.
Yeah, all the good things are at HoosierGardener.com. Awesome. Joellen, thanks so much.
Thank you, Shannon. It's always a pleasure.
Indeed. I'm Shannon Cagle, the Weekend Gardener for Great Day TV.